time, the Ravens have been all about defense. They pitched 3 straight shutouts, but on offense, Christian Myrick can do it all.
This guy is electric. Favorite player, Odell Beckham Jr. He has flashes of that kind of YouTube-ish brilliance. You will be seeing a ton of number 8 buckle up.
Yeah, he does it on both sides of the ball. He can catch touchdowns. He can return INTs as well. And right now, we return down to the field to say good afternoon to Taylor Tannenbaum.
Hello, friends. Okay, this is not the same flag football that we all used to play when we were young, right? I did play a little bit competitively in high school. Shout out to the Cooper City Cowboys. And our belts were not this sophisticated. They would, you know, you'd run and it would just fly off in the wind. These are so secure. You got a flag on either side, and you have to rip out this flag from the hypothetical socket here. But the best part, Chris and Kyle, you have to hear the noise it makes. Listen to this. Ready?
Ooh.
A beautiful pop. But Kyle, you have a really special technique to put the flag back in after the play, don't you?
Well, for the parents watching out there, do you ever recork a bottle of wine, maybe save it for the next day?
Yes.
It's like putting the cork back in. It's a push and twist to get it extra specially secure. It's totally above the board, and it may make the difference.
I don't know. That sounds a little shady to me. I got to be honest with you, Brand. All right, we'll see if everybody's flags can stay intact. 6 points for a touchdown. 1 point PAT, 2 point PATs are available upon request. Texans are going to start with the ball. Start every possession at your own 5. And it is Kai Burrito, the man throwing it, engineering. We are off and running. Alexander Chapa ends up getting that ball. You already talked about James Kukla, number 4, but also don't forget about number 7, Derek White.
Derek White's fantastic. They got players across the board. Also, number 0, Lincoln Smith. We'll see a lot of him. We know this team well, Chris. We've seen them. They know themselves. They call themselves fun size. They're not very big, but they're incredibly efficient. And watch out for Kukla.
Burrito dumps it down. It's another catch by Chapa. Yeah, we saw the Texans for the first time during pool play when they upended the defending 14U champion Jaguar Elite.
They were a first-team all-production meeting, let's put it that way. A lot of quotes, a lot of comments. They say they've got all kinds of fun things to say, but when they get out there in the field right now, game face. And again, watch bottom of the screen.
That's a fake, a throw, and it is knocked away. Well done there by Nico Ray, the guy that Coach Chris Lopez calls Flash. He said the rushers are the key to this defense that's pitched 3 straight shutouts.
Nico Ray is a fantastic player. He wants to be a hedge fund manager when he grows up, and his favorite movie is Eyes Wide Shut.
Whoa.
Which is not a children's movie, Nico. That's a hard R. Stanley Kubrick.
Eyes should be turned away.
Yes. Wow, I couldn't believe when I heard that, but hey, to each his own, and a great play. And we had a punt, Chris.
Yeah, so you didn't see that. You're like, wait a second, you didn't show the punt. That's because we don't physically punt the ball. You say punt, other team starts with the ball at their own 5-yard line. And so here comes 6 foot 1 inch, 195-pound Will Keys. His coach, Chris Lopez, says you will be seeing him in the NFL. I'll mark the date 7 years from now. His first toss is an easy connection. Ethan Aviles gets a modest gain. This is a team, some teams only run 7 players out there. The Ravens, it feels like they got a full 53-man roster to choose from.
They do. They come in waves. Will Keys, a fantastic athlete, big legs, big arms. A lot of these kids are asked, have you gone to camps? He's gone to Columbia, Princeton, Harvard, and Brown. He's also a lacrosse guy.
Keys right in the middle, and that is a nice snag by number 4, Darrell Webster. As for Keys, he did not have a ball hit the ground in the round of 16 win over the Chiefs. He was 12 of 13. The one incompletion was actually picked off by the Chiefs. But a 4-touchdown day, 176 yards in a game where you got a 24-minute running clock. Pretty impressive.
It's an impressive kid. His favorite athlete, his favorite football player, young Jackson Dart on the New York Giants. Keys also a Revenge of the Sith guy like Dart is. And here we go on 3rd and mid.
And there is a connection to one of their tall drinks of water. That's Dylan Eldridge at 6'3". He's the tallest remaining player on the team. That is an interesting kid. He's working on speaking Chinese.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm still working on English sometimes in the booth with you here, but Chinese, very, very difficult language to learn famously, and this Texans seem very difficult to beat, but they already got a first down.
We have butchered that language the last 2 days. Fresh set of downs for the Ravens, and there's a rare drop by the star, Myrick. Remember, once you get on the plus side of the field, fresh set of downs, you only get 3 downs now in order to score, so nothing on first down. That's tough.
You're going to be Z on that.
That is a little confusing, Chris. You get across, you don't get 4 fresh ones like when you get a first down in conventional football. It's only 3. So this is second down. They have this and then 1 more play to score.
Play fake, Keys, work in the middle, and connecting. Darrell Webster. Chris Lopez guy, the head coach calls him the guy they trust the most when the money's on the line. Picks up a nice gain, and so now it's the 3rd and final down.
Logan David with a good rip there, probably saved a touchdown. Let's see what they dial up. This is it. This is the equivalent of 4th and goal.
Nico, yes, but on that side.
38-year-old Christopher Lopez had 3 teams that made the round of 16, 8, 12, and 14U. Keys rolling, flushing, throwing, and even too tall for his 6'3" receiver, Dylan Eldridge. So that's a turnover on downs. Empty possessions for both squads.
These are really good teams, Chris. It's just occurring to me, you don't see a lot of defensive stops and flag, but to go back and forth and just knuckle down. Keys probably should put it up to his biggest receiver, but I don't know if Calvin Johnson's catching this, due respect. He airmails it a little bit. Now here we go, the Texans. Who's going to score first?
Little dump down. That's Logan David. He's a guy that is a Team USA captain. You might see him eventually as he continues to grow more on the defensive side of the football, but he is a quiet leader for them.
Well, that's a lot of what they are when they're on the field. The Texans are not a team that jumps out at you. They'll tell you, we are not the tallest, we are not the fastest, we have chemistry, we have reps, and they just get it done. They're still here. Don't ever underestimate them.
2nd and mid with under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Another dump down, and it's David again. Nice flag pull there, and for more on a Team USA captain, we'll send it down to Taylor.
Yeah, guys, David really prides himself on his defense being the guiding force on that side of the ball, but you already saw 2 catches. If you ask him who his favorite player overall is in the NFL, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. He says he likes his game. He's not super flashy, but always finds a way to get open, and it sort of feels like that's Logan David's game too.
Yeah, and he really shined in their round of 16 win over the Pats, an offensive and defensive touchdown. 3rd down, going down the middle of the field. They got David wide open. He gets behind the Ravens defense for a touchdown. Boom! Forget about a 4th straight shutout. Yeah, as he quiets that team. Somehow we're talking blown coverage, Kyle?
Blown coverage, the rush got to, but he is putting full hand up. Randy Moss, Chris, he just said it. That's the first time the Ravens have been scored on in over 3 games. That's a massive deal for the Texans.
Going for the 1-point PAT. Throw to the back of the end zone. Oh, wow. What a great catch by Derek White, but it was out of bounds. So they'll have to settle for 6.
Timeout.
So the Texans hold on defense and then turn that into points. White got a mid on it and just missing. The sister of his Ravens teammate Darrell Webster during an argument at a local restaurant. Head coach Chris Lopez said that Redding actually convinced him the Ravens needed to play in this tournament. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Redding. He was a tremendous player. Chris Lopez says a wonderful kid, a true team leader, and so they are doing this for him. As for Webster's sister, she also was shot. She did survive. And now watching her brother play today at NFL flag. And the Ravens down 6-0. Get a ball to Ethan Aviles. And for more on that story, let's send it down to Taylor Tannenbaum.
Appropriate that Ethan just caught that ball, because this is the shirt he normally wears out there in the field of play. They always have CJ with them. He's in their hearts, he's on their minds, and I just talked to their quarterback, Will Keys, about him, and I said, give me some words to describe CJ. He said, passionate, a great teammate. He always had our backs. Now they have his. They're trying to win this title for CJ.
Taylor, thank you. And the man who usually dons that shirt, Aviles, gets the ball close to the first down. Obviously, that story kind of shook us when Chris Lopez shared it with us, but he really talked inspirationally about CJ and what an incredible impression he left, even though he passed away as a teenager.
That's not easy for these kids to talk about. I appreciate Will Keys for his candor. And in the meantime, the Ravens playing for their teammates and now moving the ball down the field as we have to get the ball back to play. And here we go.
Keys on 3rd down is going to connect with his favorite receiver. It's Myrick. Moves the chains. Now, this is a Ravens team that I don't think they've looked up at that scoreboard very often and said, wait a second, the other team's got points and we don't?
Well, the other team's got points, so they can stop there. The other team never has points against the Ravens. If you're just tuning in, they were scored on for the first time in over 3 games just a few minutes ago. They shut out everybody, but not this Texans team.
Yeah, they outscored their opponents 110-7 in their first 4 games, and there you go. And of course, it is Webster who completes the drive. Got behind the defense, and we are all tied.
This is a full breakdown by the Texans. You just don't see them do it much. They all jump the short route. The coach on the sidelines, their whole coaching staff is not a bunch of yellers. They were yelling there, and I understand why. You can't make it that easy on Will Keys.
For Keys, his 12th TD toss. What an outstanding tournament he has had. 4th touchdown catch for Webster, and he did get feet in bounds. Those big feet of Dylan Eldridge, all 6 foot 3 inch of him. And the Ravens have the lead.
Well, Keys just settled in now. You look at him on the sideline, he's feeling it, he's nodding his head, he's handing out high fives. I think this Ravens team got fired up by seeing their defense give up the long score, and they're here for a fight.
You know, Chris Lopez told us the key to this defense, they're pass rushers, right? Yep. It's Nico Ray, number 2. It's Elijah Kroom. He said, we want to make the quarterback make a decision in 2 seconds. You can see why. Did we get a sack? Yes, we did indeed. Right on cue. It's Ray. The guy they call Flash. I mean, so many teams we've seen, Kyle, just kind of lay back and not even have a rusher.
I hate it. I hate it because you get 7 seconds to pass. The quarterbacks in this league are too good. You have to send somebody. When you send a rusher like they sent Nico Ray there, you have 2 seconds to throw, which is fewer seconds than NFL quarterbacks often have, and that's how they got the sack right there. A huge play.
Yeah, make these kids process. 2nd down. Kai out of his own end zone. Short pass connects to Smith.
Well, it's that time of the show, Chris, where we have to say it. Lincoln Smith, we met with him. You see he has the bandages covering his earrings, and he asked us to say on the air about him that he is 5'9", but when he stands on the money, he's 6 feet. We did it, Smitty.
Yep. Now,
what a quote.
I put 2 kids through college, so I'm actually in the negative when it comes. I shrink. That money is gone.
Not Smitty.
Here we go, 3rd and mid. And ball's deflected, and once again, the flash, Nico Ray. Folks, he has become the Myles Garrett of NFL flag.
Unblockable, literally, you can't block. You just have to get out of the way and get rid of it quickly. And look at that, Nico Ray's on fire. And again, a virtual punt for the Texans. They don't kick it here in flag, but they are walking it off. That is a 3-and-out for the Texans team, who now has to compete with a red-hot Will Keys coming off a touchdown.
Yeah, what do you like so far about Will Keys? When his coach is saying, listen, you're going to be talking about him on Sundays, or, you know, on every network that you work on. What do you think about that?
Well, to use the phrase, he's an absolute unit. Look at this, huge legs, huge arms. And I like that he was kind of angry on the sideline. He did not like how they've started this game, and he's got a little chip on his shoulder right now.
Yeah, we've got essentially our 1-minute warning. Remember, this is a new rule instituted just this season, and it's been fantastic, right? So now with every incomplete pass, or if you run out of bounds, or have a change of possession, or if there's a score, clock will stop.
The kid on the left side.
I think this is...
If you can hike and throw it off the line to Nico on the seam right there, do that. Just wipe your pocket. Run the play, though.
Wipe your pocket, run the play. He said if you can hit the seam to Nico, so keep your eye on this. But this is a dangerous time for the Texans defense. It is very difficult to score. If Will Keys rips one off here before the half, you're looking at a deficit. You don't want that. Texans D has to make a play.
Myrick's going to snap it to Keys. Just gets it off in time. Pump fake. Oh, is that a safety? Is that a safety? Smith says, come on, put your hands together, ref. Do it. Do it for me.
Do the safety dance? No.
Wow.
That's our guy Smitty standing on the money, all 6 feet tall of him.
And wow.
I don't know.
Kyle, and the challenge flag has come out.
It's right there. That's a safety. That's a safety.
Anthony Kukla is the head coach of the Texans. He's thrown the challenge flag. Circle it.
Watch, freeze it for me right here, okay?
Big circle.
What you're watching is here, the flag right here coming out.
Oh, come on. You can draw that better.
No, hold on. They could call it better. That's a safety, Chris Rose.
The ball is clearly in the end zone. Can you draw it one more time? I'm going to give you another shot.
Okay. So,
hey, Scraps, can you re-cue that for us?
I'm going to do a nice little watch. We're going to, as he's releasing, watch the flag. I'm going to give you a nice picture frame. And it's out right there. The ball is here. The flag is out. That's 2 points. Bam.
Okay, I'm going to deduct a half point. I thought the drawing was great.
Better.
You talked over our referee, Frank Ramirez, who just said they reversed the call.
Frank, I owe you. Bears on me afterwards at Chili's. But by the way, that is our guy, Lincoln Smith. Awesome.
Yeah.
Making a big time play against Will Keys.
We just saw Pops in the crowd. He's going to be busy because Lincoln's older sister, Landry, is the reigning champion of this tournament. You can see, got the jersey on. Going to be playing against the Bengals later at 5 o'clock Eastern on ABC. Make sure you tune in for we got Smith galore.
Pop saved some gains for the rest of us. He's getting in the lat pull down in the Hotel Fitness Center too. I see where his children get it from. That guy's a unit too.
You still do lat pull downs?
I'll still do it all day. Like Matthew Modine at Vision Quest.
To 56 seconds.
That's the first ever time an official's been talked over with a Vision Quest reference, and I regret nothing.
I do. So here we go. The Texans have a 1-point lead. Now under a minute to go in the first half. Now these are not 3 timeouts per half. It's 3 timeouts per game.
Yep.
The throw by Brito connected, and it's Chapa who's been busy. By the way, James Kukla, you talked about him at the beginning. No catches.
It's a great point. They've gone to all these other receivers. Remember, 9 catches in the last round. It's a crazy number. Has not touched the ball yet. I know Brito will find him eventually.
What do you think of this philosophy? The Texans are just milking the clock.
I think they like how this game is going. Little conservative, though. You're right.
Brito trying to get away from Ray, and he throws it away. Whoa, we've got flags all over the place.
Might have been some contact from Ray there. Let's see.
Illegal forward pass. Offense. Loss of down. 3rd down.
So here's the problem. It didn't get past the line of scrimmage. You can't throw it forward without it getting past the line of scrimmage.
It's like dumping it off to avoid the sack. I get it, but that's another penalty now. And the Texans apparently going to be pretty content to go to halftime.
Yeah. So on an offensive penalty, it's a loss of down. And that's obviously the huge difference between the NFL rules and NFL flag.
You're seeing 3rd and mid there on the field. You heard Chris say it. For my son, who's 10 years old, mid is a bad word.
Yes, it is.
It's not the same mid. It just means midfield, guys.
Yeah. Mid is how they've described our broadcasting performance the last couple days.
Got a lot of that, Chris.
Yep. Here we go. Wow. We got a receiver. He gets picked off. It is Webster. A dreaded mistake. And so now the clock will stop on change of possession. So the Ravens are going to have a chance to reclaim the lead.
Texans a little all over the map here. We were just talking about content to go to halftime. Then they come out and throw a bomb that held up in the air for about 12 seconds. I thought he was going to catch it, and then Webster just swoops in, and now they got a shot. A lot of action here. I don't love how the Texans have handled the end of this first half.
And once again, it is Nico Ray. He has just wreaked havoc on the pass rush of Brito all afternoon.
And Nico Ray has been an absolute menace.
All right, so now 10 seconds left. Trying to beat the play clock. Snaps it with 2 seconds to go. Keys throwing deep down the left side. It is caught. Oh, no, and dropped. Myrick had it in his mitts, so the clock stops with 4 seconds left. Enough for one more play.
Chris, we talked about Will Keys playing in the NFL someday. I don't know, but this was NFL accuracy. This was dropped into a thimble in the back corner.
We're gonna go off to from there. I want you to skinny post across the deep middle.
I mean, this is like a Drew Brees accurate pass.
Oh, you know what though? It would have been incomplete. Left foot was out of bounds.
Yeah, I just put that one on your tape, Will Keys, on your Instagram. That was.
And they got to snap it. 1 second to go. They do. Last play of the half. Keys throws it, and the ball's knocked away beautifully.
What a play! What a play!
Joel Garcia. We haven't called his name yet today, but he comes up with a big play to end the first half.
Joel Garcia is great. There's a lot of talkers on the Texans. We like him for it. Garcia is more of the quiet, silent assassin, and he high points this thing, and like Tom Jackson used to say, knock it down.
So the Texans will take a 1-point lead into the locker room. Taylor.
Lincoln Smith here with me now. Big safety there to give you guys the lead at halftime. Walk us through your motions.
Really just at the end of the day, you got to break down. And a lot of problems with rushers here. You fly by the quarterback, you got to break down, control your body, and go for the flag.
A game-changing play. This defense has really stepped up against a team that has scored 110 points throughout this tournament. What's been the difference for you guys?
Definitely film, going over every single play that they used to score, and just communication is the big thing too, especially in defense. Whenever you have multiple players and different routes crossing, you got to figure out who's got who.
All right, Lincoln, go catch your breath. Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. Love the film study. Love it. Hey, flag football, it isn't about who you are, it's about who you become. So shape the game, create the play, make it yours. In a sport growing faster than you can believe, be the story with NFL Flag. Find a league today at NFLflag.com. Have you done that yet or not? You told me
I'm waiting to do it.
Grant, you are so disappointing sometimes.
I'll get there.
You break promises. In the second half, a team that's averaging nearly 28 per game held to just 7 in the first 12 minutes.
I credit the Texans, especially the pass rush. Our guy, Lincoln Smith, watch him, number 0. You'll see him a lot on the backfield, and Will Keys just has to adjust.
Keys, 8 of 12, 79 yards and a touch.
Oh,
wow. That one almost got picked off by David. Instead, it's Elijah Kroom with his first reception of the day.
There was a lot of almost on that play. It was almost a pick 6 by Logan David, and it was also Kroom down the sideline if he could have kept his feet, as it was a modest gain. Second, and as the kids say, Chris, mid.
I like to say 11.
So you like 11?
Mid, too.
You're classically trained.
Keys to the middle of the field. Come back route there by Webster. Gets a flag pulled by Kukla. One of the few times we've mentioned his name today.
Well, imagine if you watch the Seahawks have one of their best halves of the year and JSN didn't touch the ball on offense. That's the Texans. James Kukla, their most productive player. We'll get to it when they go back on offense, but they got to get him involved if they want to win this thing.
You can still make hay on defense like just did. 3rd and short. Keys, pump fake, connects with Webster, sidesteps, keeps going, spin move, gets a flag pulled at about the 6 or 7, but it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Ravens.
Listen, we've said the Texans aren't the biggest, fastest team. They're incredibly disciplined and well organized, save for a couple times in this game when they've just gotten a little bit lost on the touchdown, the catch and run here. This is a couple plays earlier. And then this is just getting wide open over the middle. Nobody stayed with them, and it's a big gain. They were lucky to get the flag rip from Kukla. It would have been 6.
And let's remember that Chris Lopez says Darrell Webster's the guy I trust the most. He's got a team-high 5 catches today.
He's at the top of the screen right now for the Ravens, number 4, Webster.
There's a handoff to Kroom. Spin, and he gets into the end zone for the go-ahead score.
I give credit to Chris Lopez. Perfect play call. You know why, Chris? They are right outside the no-run zone. So what do? You run. You take that to your advantage. Run about the 6-yard line. See that red? They're right there. Easy handoff, and then the beautiful spin move. That's why you missed the flag twice. 6 points, Ravens.
So interestingly, the Ravens are going to go only for 1. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I would have gone for 2. Just the math says that, but maybe they like their 1-point plays better.
Keys.
There you go.
Gets one. Myrick gets in, and it's a 6-point lead.
Extra point is successful. Score is
You have a perplexed
14-8.
look on your face. Usually that only happens after I say something stupid, which is about 7 times a game.
We'll get there. But I would just think you don't need an abacus on the sideline to say, let's try to go for 2. It's relatively early in the game. What it is, Chris, is it's confidence in their defense. The odds say the Texans will not score again because Baltimore's defense is so good. You compared them to the early 2000s Ravens defense.
Right. Now Chris, go back and explain what an abacus is to everybody.
That's the OG calculator.
Okay.
It's the OG AI.
David, out of the backfield, moves forward, tries a little hip drop. Picks up a few.
Let's go, Logan.
So now you talked about Kukla, who had 9 receptions in the round of 16 win. The rest of the Texans combined had 7 that day. What do you think the Ravens have done so well?
Legal forward
They're aware of them. All these kids want to talk about.
Half the distance to the goal line. Loss it down.
Oh, that's big.
Down.
Okay, so that was a forward pass, but it looks like it was a forward pass that maybe was before the line of scrimmage. And so that's going to be an illegal forward pass, and it's a loss of down. And that is the big difference, obviously, between the NFL and NFL flag rules.
Yeah, so now that Texans have 3 plays to get to midfield if they decide to go for it. You asked about Kukla. All these kids want to talk about is how much film they're watching, which I think is cool. The Texans or the Ravens look completely schooled up on him because watch Kukla, top of the screen. Again.
There's David short. Oh, he keeps going. And they'll be 11 yards shy of the line to gain. So it'll be 3rd and mid. I think I'm going to stick with that language. It's on the screen.
It rolls off the tongue. Yeah. And this play is big because if they don't get this, I'm the Texans. I don't want to go for it on 4th and give them a short field.
Yeah, but you know the danger of going down 2 scores. Let's listen to the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed that one. Right on cue. Still without a catch. Whoa! That's a problem.
It's over.
That is a safety. Folks, we had seen 1 safety in bracket play before today. We have seen 2 in this game.
So the deal is, folks, if you're just warming up to flag football, fumbles are immediately down. So when you get a snap like this, that is down right there. That is a safety. You cannot recover it. You cannot pick it up and play. It doesn't matter. It's immediately over. And that 2-point conversion that they didn't go for, Ravens, well, they just got a 3-point conversion now.
Who's the smart Chris? That's Chris Lopez, the Ravens coach. He knew that was going to happen. So the Texans are now down 8. They got to figure things out, and they'll have to get a stop. They'll swing it out. Short gain. It was Ethan Aviles.
This has been a tough few minutes for the Texans. Things are coming unglued here.
All right, time right now to check in with Taylor.
Yeah, I'm hanging out on the Texans sideline, and I know they allowed a touchdown, then a safety there, but the spirits are still high.
Yep.
Kai Brito, tough moment there on that safety. I have watched Derek White and I have watched Lincoln Smith come up to him, pat him on the back, say, "It's all good, dude. We got you."
And now Keys airs it out. Oh,
my gosh.
Nico Ray was in the end zone and just off his fingertips. But you can see the arm strength on Keys.
This was just as a Justin Herbert throw. This is just and he almost brings it in. It would have been a tough catch, but I can't get over it. Key's 2 best throws in this game have been incomplete passes in the end zone. That was a brilliant, brilliant throw. That was nothing for him.
But what an attempt by Ray.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, that's top 10 material.
I love Nico Ray's game. Both sides of the field. He seems to be everywhere the ball is. He's a really good player.
Now, critical play defensively for the Texans, because it's 3rd and about 16 in order to get the line to gain. Keys being pressured. They miss. He's got a man deep downfield. Oh, it gets knocked away as Kukla makes the play, but there's a flag in the end zone. They were going for Myrick, and Kukla is claiming that cannot be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense, spot foul, first down.
Well, let's remember, this is a no-contact sport. This is a game-changing play. Kyle?
All kinds of things going on here. He thinks this will be a touchdown. Oh. I mean, there's contact to Kukla is pleading his case, but this is the right call. You cannot make contact with the receiver, especially like this. Yeah, you got to flag that. Kukla's all heart and he would hustle, but that's a penalty every time.
Myrick had gotten behind the defense, and now Texans are really going to have to strap it up. Little dump, and that's a walk-in touchdown for Myrick.
You're not going to stop that. That's the equivalent of a shovel pass. That might as well be the Philly special. It's automatic. Oh, what a big play. I mean, Kukla did save the touchdown for about 30 seconds. But how about the Ravens chucking it the length of the field twice on back-to-back plays, and now they're opening up a lead. This is not a good thing. Yeah, this is just basically a forward handoff. It's technically a throw, of course, because you're in the no-run zone. But the Ravens have settled in, and with this defense now, whew.
And look at the Ravens wisely just dripping the play clock. Keys, that one's out of the back of the end zone. All right, so the Texans got to get it going. It's been all Ravens in the second half with 15 unanswered points. Can Kukla?
I forgot it doesn't work on him. Back corner. Yes, sir, Dylan. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Oh! Yo, I got you next time, my guy. Yo, chill.
Picked up stuff. Great job by our producer, Kate Venezio, back there working it in the truck. Part of our outstanding ESPN production staff. Covering all the games all weekend long here in Westfield, Indiana. So the Texans got to get it going. Approaching 3.5 minutes to go. And remember, if they don't get within one score, 1 minute, we won't have the clock stoppage.
It's like Chris Berman used to say, tick, 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 tick. And that's what it's doing for the Texans right now. Down 14 to the Ravens. They need some kind of lightning strike. Need it quick. Look for Kukla to try to make a hero play.
Pay homage to the best to ever do it.
Out.
Kai running. And how about Nico Ray? You talk about a defensive star. What a stud.
I love Nico Ray. We can't go a minute without saying his name in this game. They got a lot of great players here. Will Key's the stud quarterback, but Nico Ray has made so many plays in this game. 5'8", 133, 15 years old. Loves Steph Curry. Interesting dude. Already mentioned he wants to be a hedge fund manager. Very smart, cerebral, and just everywhere and all over the Texans.
You know, his school never had tackle football. He was like, flag looks great, so I want to play. He's gotten involved, and here he is starring on ESPN. Under 2.5 to go. Kai throwing it all the way downfield, and that is... Oh, my goodness, he gets ripped away by Kukla. Now, hold on, you cannot do that. Unfortunately, Myrick had possession. Kukla took it away. That is a boo-boo. That is a no-no, and that's going to get the flag.
We have an interception on the field. We have illegal stripping. 5-yard penalty, first down.
James Kukla, you're incredible, man. I know you can't do that. I don't really care in this particular context. That was an amazing physical feat. Shades of a Maurice Claret back in the day against Miami.
What
Remember
a great
he ran
call.
him down? I mean, this could have been the play of the century. It's not allowed. You cannot rip the ball out in flag football. James Kukla knows that. He's not protesting the call at all. But you know what? Put that on your highlight reel anyway, JK. That was awesome.
Claret did that in the national title game against the U.
Yep.
That was a great one. So let's listen.
That's a catch. That's a catch, right? That's a catch. That's a catch. That is a catch.
Chris Myrick all mic'd up. Chris Lopez told us he's such a high IQ kid. He knew exactly what he was talking about.
That was one of the plays of the tournament, even if it didn't count. I'm still all over that play. Put that on your Instagram. That was awesome.
TikTok, brother.
Put it on your Facebook. Put it on your MySpace. Put it on your Friendster. Put it on them all.
What did Belichick call it? What did he call Facebook?
My face.
My face.
Yes, my face. Did that joke many times.
Yes. He was taunting you in particular.
It's fine.
I want to go up the middle. On the same play, he's going to be out the way. Hitch over here, go up the middle. You still got your drag.
Well, don't forget to keep it tuned to the ESPN family on ABC later today. We've got boys and girls action. The girls have been phenomenal, too.
They really have. Great highlights, great team play. And there's the little hook on the sideline.
There's Ray doing his little shake and bake. About 1.5 yards shy of the first down.
Well, we did reach the 60-second limit, so we hadn't said Nico Ray's name, so we have to say it again, and he's making us say it all the time. I think one of the best all-around players in this entire tournament.
Right here. We're going to go 22, and pay attention. Christian, you're snapping, you're running a go. All right? You're going to roll with Kroom.
I'm X.
No, I'm not running. Kroom. I want Kroom on the go. I want Kroom on the go. I want, I want Christian on X over here, far outside.
All right, well, the Ravens scheme up an offensive play. It's really been their defense that's gotten it done, thanks to Nico Ray and his friends.
Nico Ray Lewis, Chris McAllister, Jamie Sharper, all the guys back on that team.
About Michael McCreary.
Love Michael McCreary, the late Tony Saragusa.
They can play. That 2000s Ravens team's got nothing on this squad, though. Throw the ball downfield one more time and overshooting a couple of receivers. Clock will run with under a minute to go, although I think the Texans might be burning their last timeout here.
1 minute, running clock.
Or maybe not.
It's the 1 minute pause.
Yeah, it is.
They give it 5 to 10 seconds.
It's very dramatic.
Every time it happens, we stop in the broadcast and are on the edge of our seats.
It feels like it should just be a rolling stop sign or one of those things, right?
Yeah,
I was always taught that if the red stop sign has white borders, those were optional.
That's true, Chris.
You didn't grow up that way?
No, not at all. I go complete.
Maybe that's why my insurance rates were through the
I
roof.
think so. Call the general.
All right, 4th down, and that'll do it as Webster gets the first down, and the Ravens are going to advance to the semifinals. Chris Lopez built this fast break program. He said, listen, I'm actually a hoops guy, but there was nothing in the area for flag football. I wanted to start it. And he's marching another team into the semifinals. We'll get to see a bunch of these kids that are from the Bronx. Some of them live in Manhattan. In fact, they only practiced 3 times together in the last 2 years. 3.
Sure.
Could you imagine if they practiced double digits? They'd win by 70.
They might. And we've seen a lot of teams in this tournament, Chris, that this Ravens team is going to be a very, very tough out. I'm really, really impressed. Remember, they were down. Houston came out here rocking and rolling, and then Baltimore just said, no, we're good, and they just went Dracarys ever since.
What? Line up here. Line up here, run 10 yards.
Lopez is cool, too. He doesn't sweat. He doesn't
Christian,
yell.
you on the right of the center.
He's got those shades
Christian,
right there.
Good.
Shades of kind of like a Pittsburgh-era Mike Tomlin. Just very cool on the sideline. I'm impressed.
Careful. Well, let's just keep throwing it back. And now we're going to throw it forward. And we're going to have another catch by Webster. That'll officially do it for the New York City, New York Ravens. High fives, clapping, a lot of smiles as we will see them in the semifinals against the winner of the Jaguars and the Jets. Take a look at our updated 14U boys bracket. 3 of the 4 spots been taken care of. We saw the Bucks with their victory over the Commanders earlier today. How about the G-Men taking care of the Seahawks, even though they are from San Diego, California. Of course, the end line, the championship game Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern on ABC. Before we get out of here, we'll check in one more time with Taylor Tannenbaum.
Darrell Webster here with me. Touchdown, interception, a couple of big plays in between. Trailed at halftime. What changed in the second half?
We started paying attention to their plays and working as a team, and yeah, that's what really happened.
Speaking of working as a team, they just mentioned on the broadcast, you guys have only practiced, what, 3 times over the last 2 years together? Yeah. Why is this unit so good as a team?
So we really know each other out of football, and we just come together as a team really good.
All right, Darrell, you get the honors to put the sticker on the bracket. You guys, all right, you ready? You got it over there, Zero? Let's go.
Yeah, Darrell.
My favorite part of the day. Love it. Boys, go celebrate. We'll see you tomorrow.
Every time.
Quick reminder, coming up next, the high school girls, Miami taking on Denver. I'm going to be tuning in. The high school girls are so good. They are so well coached. The athleticism is unbelievable. Once again, your final score here in the 14U boys game. The Ravens, a smashing success, 22-8 winners over the Texans from Austin, Texas. Thank you so much once again for watching the NFL Flag Championships presented by Toyota. For Taylor Tannenbaum, Kyle Brand, our amazing ESPN production team, I'm Chris Rose. We'll be back with the high school girls NFL Flag